Namaste to all. A very important question. I'm confused with people here in Europe and also my husband who is now converted to Islam. They say that I am rejecting God and I am a loser, etc. And your Vedas are corrupted. In spite, I understand from your previous video about it. My husband is not willing to accept and putting me in a guilt trap. Please help me to understand. And also, there are a couple of questions related to Vedas in the same question, which I will come back. The question number one is about the reference of Veda mantras, and also the another question is how are we sure that if rishis are not interpreting Vedas on their own, which I will come back. Number one is please go through my channel. Please take time. Don't get into a hurry. We should not do anything in our life to satisfy others. We must try to do deep manan chintan, deep analysis. When we understand anything, even suppose for example, I read Puranas, for example, I reject Puranas, but even if, for example, I read a shloka in Purana, Vishnu Purana or some other Purahan, I will not read from the mindset that it is a wrong shloka. Of course, Puranas are wrong, but there are certain shlokas in Puranas which are not wrong, which are right, which tallies with the Vedas. So, first of all, when you read anything, when you listen to anything, don't have a prejudice that this is wrong, I am listening it. No. First, listen it. Then, the ultimate proof is to match with the Vedic knowledge. If it is matching with the Vedic knowledge, because Vedas are Swataha Pramanam, self proof, because it emanates from Almighty God. If it is matching with the Vedas, we must accept it. If it is not matching with the Vedas, we must reject it. Doesn't matter if your husband is not agreeing, doesn't matter if your son is not agreeing or agreeing, it doesn't matter at all. We are not here to please our husbands or wives or son or daughter, etc. We are here to live our life. We are here to do our moral deeds. I'm not saying that you must go against your husband or wife or son or etc. Everybody has got their own rights to follow what they believe to be true. If your husband is converted to Islam, he is having his own right to convert to Islam. It doesn't mean that you have to enter into a guilt trap. Your husband has done some research and that's why he has converted into Muslim, right? He was a Hindu, he got converted into Muslim. Any person gets converted into Muslim or Christian based on their own research. But unfortunately, the research is very limited because they do not know ABC of Vedic Dharma. Unfortunately, because lack of Shraddha on us and lack of patience. Basically, we do not have patience to search a real tapasvi, real acharya to listen the truth. That is the real reason. I listen to Zakir Naik videos, I get convinced he is logical. And Zakir Naik says, this is the Veda mantra, this is the translation, so I believe Zakir Naik. I never think twice whether Zakir Naik has gone to Gurukul, whether he has understood Vedas from basics, whether he has maintained brahmacharya for 24 years minimum to read Vedic knowledge, whether he knows Vedic Sanskrit or whether his acharya knows Vedic Sanskrit. I never think all these things. I just listen to his video. He will quote one Veda mantra, Natasya Pratima Asti, God has no image. Quran says God has no image. So Quran's God is Vedic God. So you must follow Quran, which is the last message of Paramatma. He says like this, so I believe I go and Google Gemini, Natasya Pratima Asti meaning. The Google will say God has no image. Oh, okay, Zakir Naik is right. So Quran we should follow. This is how we work today. Unfortunately, this is not the way to work. The way to work is to go to the roots and study from that person. If I am quoting something from Quran, I have not studied Quran traditionally. I don't know Arabic traditionally. I have not gone to an acharya who knows Quran. And if I take a verse from Quran and then misinterpret it, it is injustice. It is wrong, right? Similarly, don't go into the guilt trap because your husband is saying Vedas are corrupted. Maybe he is right. No. How can your husband be sure? Has your husband studied Vedas? No. Has your husband got to Gurukul? No. So don't get confused. Just come to the neutral mindset first of all. I am not here to save you from getting converted into Islam. That's not my intention. The reason I am answering to you is because of your jigyasa, because of your aspirancy inside you, because the person also has commented in many videos interested in bringing up the child in the Vedic way. But living in Europe, far away from Acharya, so it's a little challenging. I understand the circumstances in Europe. Obviously, it's a materialistic world, and it's people look for shortcut. They look, okay. Quran says 5 time namaz, submit your will to Allah, your sins are forgiven, right? So people it is easy. 5 time namaz, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, okay. What Quran says, okay, do these things, it's okay, then God will forgive you. So it's easy way for me, right? Whereas when it comes to Vedas, Vedas speaks about brahmacharya, Vedas speaks about Indri Sayam, Vedas speaks about so many other concepts which I have explained in my channel. So it's not easy to follow. It's very difficult to follow it. Even a person who has studied in Gurukul from his 6 years of age, it's very difficult. It's not an easy path, because this is the true path. Understand that. And number two, Vedas are corrupted. My husband says Vedas are corrupted. The reason is, Vedas are corrupted. I'll give an example, a Bautic example for easy to understand. Human beings must take water, right? To survive, we have to live our life, we need water. No prani in this universe can sustain, no human being in this world can sustain his life without water. That everybody knows it, right? Suppose, let's take a example that all the water in this world today, everything, all the river water, groundwater, every water is polluted. Everything has oil mixed in it. Example. That does not mean that I can survive. Instead of water, I can drink something else and survive. No. I have to still depend on water. So if somebody says Vedas are corrupted, because Vedas are corrupted, take Quran. If somebody says like that, this is not a right logic. Because water is polluted, please drink. Somebody says water is corrupted, please drink alcohol and survive your life. Water is corrupted, you can drink something else to survive your life. No, you cannot. You still need water only, right? If water is polluted, the entire world water is polluted, then also we need water only. We will find out a way to remove the pollution from the water, right? This is what we do. But unfortunately, in the Adhyatmic path, in the spiritual path, if somebody says Vedas are corrupted, because Vedas are corrupted, take Quran. Because Vedas are corrupted, let's follow Islam, Christianity. Because Vedas are corrupted, let's follow Jainism. There is no vikalp for this. You have to depend on water. Similarly, every one of us can attain mukti only by Vedas. If somebody says Vedas are corrupted, then also we must find to go to root how to remove that corruption and go to pure Vedas. The corruption here he means is, your husband is not expert in the Vedic Dharma, but why people say Vedas are corrupted? Because of wrong interpretation by many scholars. Sayanacharya has written something, Max Muller has written something, Griffith has written something, then D.N. Jha has written something, somebody has written something, and Maharishi has written something. So overall, if you see different versions, then I come to conclusion. See, Vedas are totally false. Everybody is writing their own, so I am not believing in Veda. This is what I will conclude, right? So the problem is, we are just reading the books. We do not go to a person who is an acharya and learn traditionally and understand what is the right way of interpretation as per Vedas. In Veda mantra only, Vedena Veda. From the Vedas, learn Vedas. You don't need to depend upon books. From the Vedas, learn Vedas. How? Go to Acharya. Traditionally in Gurukul system, even today also, if you go to Gurukuls, you can understand how to interpret Vedas. I have seen it. You can also see it and believe it. So there is nothing called as corruption in Vedas. The problem is, I am accessible. I have access to only polluted water. I do not know where is pure water. Right? So that's the problem. Your husband says that Vedas are corrupted, then follow Quran is not the right logic. Even if assume that every book in this world is corrupted, every Vedic translation in this book is corrupted, then also we will need the pure Vedas to attain moksha. We cannot take, every book is corrupted, so let me take Islam and then attain moksha. No, because Paramatma's laws are unchangeable. And I will tell you, there is no corruption in the Vedas. I have made several videos. Even today also Vedas are pure. Until the end of this world, Vedas will be pure, uncorrupted, and also in the next Srishti, Vedas will be pure, because Vedas are protected by Paramatma. We can destroy the books of Vedas, but we cannot destroy the knowledge of Paramatma. Even today also, when we do tapasya, the knowledge of the Vedas will come inside our hearts. Paramatma will tell you this is Veda. Paramatma will tell you, do this, do this, do this. And whatever Paramatma tells inside in Samadhi is Vedic knowledge only. And this is what every Acharya has experienced. So Vedas are never corrupted, can never be corrupted. The problem is, or the reality is, the human mind is corrupted. The human mind is polluted. Whatever the human being says, that will be corrupted. Even a person, I'm speaking something, right? I am a human. I can tell lies. I can speak truth. It's my choice, right? Human have a choice. But when you go to tapasvis, I am saying again, you have not seen, or most of us, 99.999% of the people have not seen a real tapasvi. They have not seen what is samadhi. They have not seen a samadhist yogi. They have not interacted with a yogi, so we do not know what is the real definition of Maharishi or yogi. That's unfortunate thing today. But today also, if you search a real Acharya, you can come to a real Acharya at one point of time in your life for sure. So just don't get into guilt trap. This is all trap only. You are getting guilty because you have limited exposure. You listen 23 hours or 24 hours to your husband and other Islamists who say to you with authority that Vedas are corrupted. So you get influenced naturally. But people like me, I listen 24 hours to people who have realized Paramatma. I listen 24 hours. I try to live with people who are dharmic people. So I do not have this problem. You have this problem. It's because of our own association with people like that, right? I'm not blaming your husband. I'm not saying that your husband is wrong. Because of his limited knowledge, he has chosen what he has chosen, right? But since you are having this question mark inside your mind, I'm trying to clarify. And why I'm making a YouTube video? Because the same question is there in everybody's minds. You are dare enough to ask a question, other people might not ask a question. So this is very important. So Vedas, there is no vikalp, there is no alternate to Vedas. Only one path, Paramatma says in Yajurveda, na anya pantaha. Only, there is no other path other than Vedic path. Paramatma says in the Vedas himself. So even if somebody says Vedas are corrupted, even if somebody says the water is polluted, we must drink water only to survive. So we will see, okay, can I use this filter? If you are walking in a jungle, the entire water is dirty. How will you do? They will use different types of filters. First filter will remove bigger dust. Second filter will remove other type of dust. Third filter will remove minute dust. And then after that, they will boil the water. Then they will cool it. Then they will drink it. So there is a way to drink water. There is no vikalp or alternate to water. Na anya pantaha. Similarly, there is no vikalp or alternate to Vedic knowledge. That we must understand in life. And coming to the reference numbers. Sir, you are reading my book and you are saying Vedas are not book. See, I am reading my book. See, somebody has attained a samadhi like Vyas Muni. Before Vyas Muni, there are no books in Vedas. Vyas Muni thought when he was sitting in deep samadhi in meditation, he got an inspiration in mind. Probably I should document the Veda mantras. So Vyas Muni wrote the Veda mantras, which he learnt traditionally in Gurukul system. He wrote it. And how somebody can learn all the Veda mantras? Because of Brahmacharya Shakti. If somebody is a Brahmacharya from young age, he will get supreme memory, the memory of thousands of supercomputers. Seriously, I'm saying, I'm not joking it. Maharishi there are various instances in the life of Maharishi. Because of his Brahmacharya Shakti, how much memory he had. So similarly, Rishi Munis has got sharp memories. They will never forget anything. And in Ramayana also, when you read Ramayana very carefully, there are some slokas which we will miss. The first chapter also has a sloka where the Rishi Valmiki, he will chant one shloka. Suddenly he will chant one very beautiful shloka. And his disciple is Rishi Bharadwaj. He will chant a shloka and he will say, Bharadwaj, say it again. Within 1 second, he will say the same shloka without any mistake. Within 1 second. That's the power of brahmacharya and memory. So Vyas Muni, because of his tapasya, because of his sharp memory, he decided to document Vedas in a book. And when somebody documents something, they will put index number, they will put serial number, they will put reference numbers, right? Rig Veda, 10th mandala, 25th sukta, 3rd mantra. Why? Because without number, how can you refer? That's why the number system came in. There is nothing that, Paramatma will say, Now in the samadhi, now you please listen to Rig Veda 10th mandal 25. Paramatma gives the knowledge. When human beings write it down, the number has to be given, because otherwise we cannot refer. This is natural. This is a natural, documentation of Vedic books. Even in any book, if you see, even in Quran, if you see, there will be reference. Ayat number, this number, that number. Why? Because reference, without reference, you cannot refer to the particular thing. That's why Rishi Munis started documenting that. That's small logic, okay. And secondly, how can we be sure that if some rishis are not interpreting the Vedas as per their own style? That is why we must understand the reference, the definition of a rishi. I made a video just 1 week back. I'm repeating again. Go through my channel. Don't go through my channel just for the sake of arguing with your husband or a wife or children. No. If you want to be really interested, go through my channel and take notes. Listen to the knowledge and try to deeply ponder upon, to self-analyze. Am I able to understand it? Or am I just listening to argue with my husband? No. Your intention of learning Vedas is not to argue. Earlier, I used to do like this. I listened to various pravachans of Arya Samajis just to cook up a logic so that I can reply to Zakir Naik. No, now that's all very childish game. They're not needed. Listen Vedas in such a way, thereby you get improvement in your life, not to satisfy others. You are not listening Vedas to satisfy others. You are listening Vedas to satisfy yourself. So Maharishi, when you understand the definition of a Rishi, only you will not have this doubt. Rishi means mantra drishta, one who has listened Vedas directly from Paramatma in Samadhi. So they have attained that position because of their purity in heart, purity in tapasya. They are complete ahimsavadi. They will not hurt anybody. They will not tell lies. They will not take money, do business. They are totally pure jivatmas. And in that stage, if somebody is writing some knowledge, it will be 100% Vedic. It will not be their self-interpretation, or it will not be misinterpretation. You can understand this only when you follow the traditional Gurukul system and learn from an Acharya. Otherwise, you can never understand this statement. It also took so many years for me to understand this statement. Because of the association of me with my Acharya, I can very surely say there is no misinterpretation in the Vedic commentaries by great Rishi Munis. Sorry, my background is very noisy. So these are some of the things. So don't learn Vedas for others' sake. Learn Vedas for your own sake. And lastly, coming to the point of bringing up your child, I'm very confused whether should I bring up my child as per Islam way or Vedic way. See, you must, as a housewife, you must try to ensure peace of mind in your family. You must try to come to a common conclusion and agreement with your husband. Your husband is following Islam, you are following Hinduism. So I'm sure your child will be confused. So try to of course your husband will say that you must teach Islam. I will teach Islam. You will say that I will teach Hinduism, and you have less knowledge on Hinduism. Your husband might have more knowledge on Islam, so their impact from your husband might be more. So I cannot comment on your personal decision. So my view is, your child your child will be in a situation where he or she might be listening both the knowledge, and leave it to your child to take decision when he or she becomes mature. When somebody listens to both the knowledge, at some point of time there will be maturity coming in, and he or she will have an analytic knowledge later on that, okay, this is right, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is right. Like that they will try to conclude. But try to stick to basics. Don't force anything. Try to say that Vedic principles are satya, ahimsa, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya, tapaswadhyaya, ishwar pranidhanani. This is the Vedic concept. So try to give the basic moral knowledge to your children. Thereby your children will automatically choose the Vedic path, because there is no other path other than Vedas which will give satisfaction in life. Materialistic benefit any path can give. Even Osama bin Laden was a billionaire. You can become a billionaire, trillionaire even by following any path. But the main motto is to remove the sorrows from our life, from this life and the next life, for which we need to follow Vedas. So I can give you some hints, but it is your own, I would say, intelligence and wisdom. You also must learn. You must try to follow your child, educate your child, and similarly, your husband also will do the same. It's okay. Don't get into fight. Try to follow patience in your house, and slowly your husband also might get understanding later on in life. But don't say that, see this video, this guy is proved that Islam is wrong. Don't need do this. You and your husband might send you videos to say that Vedas are wrong. Don't see such videos. Have a neutral mindset. If anybody says Islam is wrong or Vedas are wrong, they have a biased mindset, right? So come out of that biased mindset and come to a neutral thing, and shant se, aram se, take life step by step forward. Don't get into confusion and trap. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.